Financial avoidance. Why we ignore our money. Have you ever delayed checking your bank balance because you were afraid of what you might see? Have you ignored a credit card bill for days, postponed opening an email from your bank, or promised yourself you will deal with money tomorrow? If your answer is yes, you are not alone. Millions of people across the world avoid looking at their finances. Not because they are lazy, but because money often triggers powerful emotions like fear, shame, guilt, anxiety, and uncertainty. Financial avoidance is one of the biggest hidden barriers to building wealth. Ironically, avoiding money problems never makes them disappear. Instead, they quickly grow bigger over time. In today's video, we will explore why people ignore their finances, what psychological factors are behind financial avoidance, how it affects everyday life, and most importantly, how anyone can break this cycle. Whether you are a student, employee, entrepreneur, retiree, or someone simply trying to improve your financial life, this lesson can change how you think about money forever. Let's begin. Point number one. What is financial avoidance? Financial avoidance is the habit of intentionally or unconsciously avoiding anything related to money. This includes not checking bank balance, delaying bill payments, ignoring debts, postponing budgeting, avoiding investment decisions, or refusing to discuss finances with family members. Unlike a lack of financial knowledge, avoidance is primarily an emotional behavior rather than knowledge problem. People often know they should manage their money, yet they continue avoiding it because facing financial reality feels uncomfortable. This behavior affects individuals across every income level. Even high income earners may avoid reviewing their expenses because they fear discovering poor spending habits. Over time, small financial issues become larger simply because they remain unaddressed. Avoidance creates a false sense of temporary relief while silently increasing financial stress. The longer people ignore their finances, the harder it becomes to regain control. Recognizing financial avoidance is the first step toward changing it. Understanding that avoidance is common also removes unnecessary shame and encourages action instead of denial. Example: Sarah receives monthly credit card statements but never opens them because she worries about seeing the outstanding balance. After several months, interest charges increases dramatically, turning a manageable debt into a serious financial burden. Next, point number two, the psychology behind avoiding money. Money is deeply connected to emotions. Financial decisions are rarely based on only on mathematics. They are influenced by fear, embarrassment, childhood experiences, social comparisons, and personal identity. Many people associate financial mistakes with personal failure. Instead of facing these uncomfortable feelings, the brain seeks short-term emotional comfort by avoiding the problem together. Psychologists describe this as a avoidance coping, a strategy where people escape stressful situations instead of addressing them. Unfortunately, avoiding financial reality increases anxiety rather than reducing it. Every unopened bill or ignored payment becomes another source of stress. The mind constantly worries about unknown consequences while avoiding the information that could provide clarity. Emotional discomfort creates a cycle where fear leads to avoidance. Avoidance creates larger problems, and the larger problems increase fear even further. Breaking this emotional cycle requires understanding that money problems do not define personal worth. Financial situation can also improve through consistent action. Let's say example, John delays checking his loan account because he fears bad news. Instead of reducing his anxiety, he spends every day worrying about possible penalties. Once he finally reviews the account, he discovers the situation was manageable and could have been solved much earlier. Next, point number three, childhood experiences shape adult financial behavior. Many financial habits begin during childhood. Children observe how parents discuss or avoid discussing money. If parents frequently argued about finances, hid bills, or treated money as a stressful topic, children may unconsciously associate money with conflict and fear. Others grow up hearing phrases such as money is always a problem, rich people are greedy, or we can never afford anything. These repeated beliefs become internal financial scripts carried into adulthood. Without realizing it, adults repeat patterns learned decades earlier. Some become extreme savers due to childhood insecurity, while others avoid budgeting because it reminds them of stressful family experiences. Understanding these early influences helps people Separate past beliefs from present reality. Financial education is not only about numbers, it also involves replacing unhealthy money beliefs with healthier perspectives based on facts rather than fear. Example: Emma grew up watching her parents constantly argue about unpaid bills. As an adult, she avoids discussing finances with her spouse because money conversations remind her of childhood stress, even though their financial situation is stable. Next, point number 4: fear of bad news keeps people frozen. One of the strongest causes of financial avoidance is fear of discovering unpleasant information. People worry they have spent too much, saved too little, accumulated too much debt, or made poor investment decisions. Rather than confirming these fears, they avoid looking altogether. However, uncertainty often feels worse than reality. The human brain tends to imagine worst case scenarios when information is missing. By avoiding financial facts, people give fear unlimited space to grow. In contrast, accurate information provides direction. Even difficult in financial situations become easier to solve once they are clearly understood. Numbers themselves are neutral, they simply describe reality. Facing financial facts may feel uncomfortable initially, but it also creates opportunities for planning, budgeting, and improvement. Knowledge replaces uncertainty with action. Example for this point: David suspects his savings account is nearly empty after several months of heavy spending. Instead of checking it, he continues spending normally. When he finally reviews his balance, he realizes earlier action could have prevented overdraft fees. Next, point number 5: lifestyle and instant gratification encourage avoidance. Modern technology makes spending easier than ever. Online shopping, digital wallets, one-click payments, subscriptions, and buy now, pay later services allow purchases with almost no immediate emotional pain. Because transactions happen instantly, people often lose awareness of how much they spend. Reviewing monthly expenses forces them to confront reality. So many avoid doing it altogether. Social media also encourages comparison with others' lifestyles, increasing pressure to spend beyond one's means. Instant gratification focuses attention on today's happiness while ignoring tomorrow's financial consequences. Financial burdens becomes easier because daily purchases feel small individually, even though they accumulate into significant expenses over time. Building financial awareness requires slowing down spending decisions and reviewing them regularly instead of avoiding them. Example for this: Lisa subscribes to several streaming platforms, fitness apps, cloud storage services, and shopping memberships. Since each payment is automatic, she never notices how much they collectively cost until reviewing her annual expenses. Next, point number 6: financial avoidance creates hidden cost. Ignoring money rarely saves money. In reality, avoidance often creates expensive consequences, including late payment fees, high interest charges, damaged credit cards, missed investment opportunities, tax penalties, and unnecessary stress. Small financial mistakes become large because they remain unresolved for long periods. Time is one of the most valuable financial assets. The earlier a problem is addressed, the easier and cheaper it usually becomes to fix. Financial avoidance also affects relationships, career decisions, physical health, and mental well being. Constant financial uncertainty increases anxiety and reduces confidence in making important life choices. Facing finances regularly prevents small issues from becoming overwhelming crises. Prevention is also less expensive than repair. Example: Michael ignores a small utility bill because he believes he will pay it later. Months later, additional penalties, reconnection fees, and collection charges make the original bill several times larger. Next, point number 7: awareness is more powerful than perfection. Many people avoid money because they believe they need perfect budgets or advanced financial knowledge before starting. In reality, financial improvement begins with awareness, not perfection. Simply knowing where money comes from and where it goes provides valuable insight. Small improvements consistently repeated over months create significant long term progress. Financial success is not about never making mistakes, it's about identifying them early and correcting them quickly. Every successful investor, entrepreneur, and financially responsible individual has made financial mistakes. Their advantage lies in reviewing reality regularly instead of avoiding it. Awareness transforms financial management from an emotional burden into practical habit. Example for this point: rather than creating a complicated spreadsheet, Alex spends 10 minutes every Sunday reviewing his weekly expenses. This simple habit helps him identify unnecessary spending and gradually increase his savings. Next, point number 8: building healthy financial habits. Replacing avoidance requires building small, sustainable habits, checking account balance weekly, reviewing monthly expenses, setting reminders for bills, tracking savings goals, and discussing finances openly all reduce financial anxiety over time. Small routines create familiarity, making money management feel less intimidating. Consistency matters far more than complexity. Technology can also help through budgeting apps, automatic savings, and payment reminders. The goal is not constant monitoring, but regular awareness. Healthy financial habits reduce uncertainty because nothing remains hidden for long. Every review becomes an opportunity to make better decisions rather than a moment of fear. Example: Maria schedules 20-minute Money Monday every week. She reviews expenses, updates savings, and plan upcoming payments. After several months, money management becomes part of her routine instead of something she fears. Next, point number 9. Facing financial reality builds confidence. Confidence does not come from having a perfect financial situation, it comes from understanding it. Every time people review their finances honestly, they strengthen their ability to solve problems. Financial confidence grows through repeated action rather than wishful thinking. Knowing your income, expenses, savings, investments, and debts creates clarity that reduces anxiety, even if the numbers are not ideal today. Awareness allows better decisions tomorrow. Financial responsibility becomes empowering because it replaces uncertainty with control. Confidence is built one financial review at a time, not through avoiding uncomfortable information. Let's say example. After months of avoiding his finances, Robert creates a simple debt repayment plan. Watching his balance decreases each month motivates him to continue, proving that progress creates confidence. Next, point number 10. The first step toward financial freedom is looking. Every financial journey begins with one honest look at reality. You don't need to solve every financial problem today. You simply need the courage to understand your current position. Whether your finances are excellent or challenging, awareness is always the starting point for improvement. Financial avoidance keeps people trapped because problems remain invisible until they become emergencies. Looking at your finances may feel uncomfortable for a few minutes, but avoiding them can create years of unnecessary stress. The strongest financial habit is not investing, budgeting, or saving, it's consistently facing reality. Once you know where you stand, every future financial decision becomes clearer and more intentional. Example: a family finally reviews all their income, expenses, debts, and savings together. They discover several unnecessary subscriptions, negotiate lower bills, create a realistic budget, and begin building an emergency fund within a few months. Finally, financial avoidance is not a sign of weakness, it's a common human response to fear and uncertainty. But the good news is that every financial success story starts with one simple decision: choosing to face reality instead of avoiding it. Remember this powerful lesson: you cannot improve what you refuse to measure. Open the bank statement, check your balance, review your spending, make one small positive decision today. Because financial freedom does not begin when you earn more, it begins when you become aware. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to take control of their financial future. Together, let's build financial confidence one informed decision at a time. Thank you.